I was talking to my mom on Christmas, and she's like, that little piece of shit still ain't come over for Christmas. I don't think he's going to come over. I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't have the money to afford gas, or Lyft, or an Uber. So I went ahead and cash tapped him, out of nowhere, out of the blue, saying, hey, go see your grandparents. That motherfucker didn't even say thank you. He's not required to say thank you, because I did send it out of the blue. But if you receive a gift, you should say thank you.
Why?
It's Christmas.
So?
Like, if I got you a birthday present, would you say thank you?
Probably.
You're a good man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
By this conversation, you'd be upset if I didn't say it, so...
I mean, I would, yeah.
I'd say it just to not have this conversation. I rarely do things because it feels right, especially when it comes to congratulations or... I really don't care about condolences, but it's mostly congratulations stuff. Mm-hmm. And niceties. I don't care about those. I thought the social contract was the older I get, the less I had to care about niceties. And it doesn't seem to be that way. And it bums me out.
Well, I did realize it is kind of a double standard. Well, I guess it's the exact same standard. So parents, they wanted to buy me a Christmas dinner. And I said, no, like as soon as I read that text message at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, no, I feel uncomfortable with this. Please do not do that. Because I don't like the idea of someone like, oh, well, everybody needs something on Christmas. No one should be alone on Christmas. And I don't like that.
You don't like the feeling of pity.
Yeah, I don't want to be a fucking charity case. I'm okay with being alone on Christmas. I'm perfectly good with that. Now, after spending 2 days dealing with the anxiety of the thought of them sending me a dinner, it's like, I don't think I want any gifts ever again. It's okay for my mom because she sends me socks and long-sleeve shirts because she knows that I'll use them. And go, oh, hey, thanks. I will use these. And I'll have to pretend to like it. So I don't think I like gifts, but also I did, out of the blue, send my nephew some money. And he did not reply, and he's not obligated to. But it'd be nice to hear from him every now and again.
But you feel some type of way that he didn't say thank you.
Am I bribing him to talk to me? Or to talk to my parents at that point? Is he a prostitute? Or I say, hey man, here's $100. Go say what's up to my folks.
Aren't there his folks too?
His grand folks.
Alright, so I don't understand what's happening here. Like, what?
Am I hiring my nephew as an emotional prostitute to go see his grandparents?
Yes.
All right. You know, I think that's the original idea of an escort, is to just be a social prostitute instead of a sexual one, which in turn could also be an emotional prostitute. Therapists are emotional prostitutes.
You're making a delineation that doesn't need to exist. The idea is that you're paying for someone's time.
I'm just advocating for prostitution.
Okay, but
if I'm paying somebody for my needs in this aspect of my life, and this aspect of my life, and this aspect of my life, why not pay a person for the sexual aspects of your life?
You're not wrong. You can just say prostitute or escort, whatever. The point is you're paying for their time. What you do with them in that time is between you and that person.
So it's kind of like I can use the word prostitute as a generalization, same thing as you use mechanic as a generalization. One may specifically work on transmissions, the other one may just change tires, but they're both still technically mechanics.
Yeah, but I don't think prostitute is that word. I think escort is that word.
Okay.
Prostitute is a less sophisticated word. Prostitute sounds a little dirtier.
I think that's the social lean on it.
Yeah, I'm not arguing this.
I'm not calling people hookers. I'm not being crass about it.
All right, so there's 3 levels. Yeah, okay.
Look, we got to come up with one of those S-tier systems that all the Twitch streamers do about the words for prostitution, escort, hookers, whores, hussy, streetwalker, lady of the night.
Okay, but now you're just getting into synonyms. Like, I do think there's a literal difference between an escort and a hooker. Like, I think those are 2 different things.
Well, an escort, technically, you can legally purchase an escort so long as they don't sleep with you for that money. Which, I've also... never mind. They've already figured that out. if I were an escort that also pleasures people, I'd go on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and be like, hey, I'm going to sell you this tape measure for $400, but I might think you're cute. And you go over, you pay $400 for the tape measure, and then you just so happen to be like, oh, you're really cute, so are you. Let's have sex.
You think you're gaming the system?
I'm thinking you're gaming the system legally. You can't be caught for prostitution if you're just buying a tape measure and then you just so happen to hook up.
No one's going to look at that scenario and go, yeah, so this was just a $400 tape measure.
Look, man, I came over here to buy the tape measure. We just found each other so attractive that we had sex.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do it in the home. You can't meet at a hotel and buy the tape measure because then it looks shady.
The problem with this is if a person were to have an abundance of these tape measures and you had a bunch of people who just happened to be really into tape measures that week, it just looks bad.
I know it looks bad, but
what I'm saying is your neighbors can legally be like, look,
I know I bought this tape measure for $3, but I value this tape measure at $400.
I'm saying there's no way you won't get
and then
shut
the
down.
purchaser of the tape measure could be like, I just couldn't find a better deal. Did you check Home Depot? Ah, shit, I forgot about them. Deny, deny, deny.
Yeah, that's, good luck with that. And I think the only problem with that scenario is they haven't found a way to legally tax you on it yet.
Well, if it's under a certain amount, you don't have to claim it on your taxes. That's for each individual sale, so there is no sales tax.
Like I said, the problem with this scenario from a government standpoint is they can't tax you on it yet.
So, instead of being accused of prostitution, what you're saying is it's going to be more of an IRS problem. Them motherfuckers didn't even find me after I had them.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and...